Alright, I just made some small changes to version 1.4.4 of pdflinkcheck. Give you a quick look at this thing. Alright, so base dependencies are just rich, typer, and click. That is for the that's for the CLI. And then the base PDF engine underneath is pipdf. So that one's basic. It runs anywhere the Python runs. PyHabitat is one of my own helper projects. That's for like cross-platform opening of files, identifying which operating system you're on, stuff like that. And OpenPyXL is for the XLSX export. So that's the basic. And then we get into the extras. pymupdf is a very good library that does PDF analysis. It's AGPL 3+ licensed, and so that's a key limiter for different commercial use cases. pdfium is owned by Google, and it's maintained by Google. It's permissively licensed, but the library is not as functional in my current use case as pymupdf, but we're trying to offer both. So let's see what that looks like. So I can go ahead and offer I'll show you if you want to take a look at the source code. Let's do that. Deactivate, git, clone, pdflinkcheck.get, and we'll say DLC. That's a terrible name for something in our line of work. Okay. All right, so here I am. I'm going to go ahead and git checkout dev. We can see what's going on in here. There's a few things happening. So to set up the environment, I'm going to run this sync command. Great, good to go. Now we can activate our virtual environment, and I can run pdflinkcheck help and see my help menu. So this is how you would activate the source code. You could just as easily, let me open another window. You could just as easily skip all that, pipx, install pdflinkcheck, and then this is how you include extras for installation. So I'd say pdfium, py, put it in quotes. And it'll say you already have that, and then I can say force. And if those, it'll update it. You should use the pipx upgrade command if you already have it, but force is fine, and forces it to include those dependencies. So then you've accessed the Python package index with pipx. You've installed it as a CLI. You get help just the same as when we're looking at our source code. So let's look over here, pdflinkcheck. You can also have help tree. That lets you see the entire CLI. That's weird. I need to work on that. Check help tree. Okay, well that's broken. I'll fix that. That should show you your entire CLI. It shouldn't show you just the top layer. It was working before. Now I'm curious, just for my own. Yeah, okay, so this is what you should see. And this is an SVG file that shows all that. I don't know why it's not working right now. I'll fix it later. It looks like help tree is having a problem. Really unsure what's the problem there, but that's okay. Something broke for 4.1.4.4. Anyways, neither here nor there. Let's take a look at the GUI. We'll go ahead and run it in debug mode. Cool. So I can browse for a file, I can run analysis, and if I want to look at my export files, I just hit Show System Explorer, and it's supposed to open to where the exports are pushed to, and then you can look at your XLSX or whatever else. Cool. So there's your GUI, but that's not really showing you functionality. So that's just the GUI. Quick look. I don't think it's the most useful GUI in the world, to be really honest with you. But hey, that's GUI design. Let's look at the host web app. So here I'm going to choose my file. I happen to know that these are chock full. I'm just going to leave it automatically choose PDF engine. If pdf is available, it'll use that. So it runs the analysis. It tells us it used pymupdf. It found 322 links. It tells us where all of them are. If we go down here, yep, so what I don't like about this is I added the risk summary in the output as a separate section. So it looks at each URL and then identifies its risk. It shouldn't be a separate section. It should be like, so I should be able to find this precisely. Copy, find, paste. Yeah, so here's the link, and then here's in the risk section. But it should be all together here, where it says what's the link text, what's the xref, what's the type, what's the page that it's on, where's its rectangle, and then it should add here. So that's a problem that I'm having, where it should also then have a risk portion. But I have all the risks together, and they make the reference separately, which is kind of sloppy, bad design. I can fix that later. And this also just dumps your entire text output. So you'll notice if you look at this thing, I have it where it returns JSON, and it can also run an export. So I need to add export to that. Let's see. CLI. Cool. So yeah, so it's hard-coded to export to TXT and to JSON. So if we go and we look back in our export files, that's what we see. These are actually older. There we go. There they are. So it hard codes the export. Really, the interface should allow you to choose how you want to export, and it won't export XLSX properly from the server at this time. There's a reason I did not include that, and I think I deleted my comment. But I was having issues with report request coming across XLSX. And I can look for my comment. No. Well, anyways, we don't need to look too far into it right now. That's in our web app. Very basic, just says here's a file, doesn't give you any options other than choose your engine, analyze. And you don't really, and that's interesting for me as a developer to compare the exports. But comparing exports, if I'm dropping in JSON files into an AI chatbot, then fine, it can compare the exports, but I really don't want to read them. It's really only useful to compare the exports from XLSX. because they're human readable. So the server could be more useful than it is. I just need to make it so that it can export XLSX. And then I need to improve my logging. This is all this printing. pdflinkcheck. And then we have our analyze command. What analyze does, it lets us choose our export format, our engine, and there's a pseudo debug mode, which I need to improve. I've gotten better with my logging in general lately. But if I say I want to, I happen to know public documents, assets, PDF. Again, that probably shouldn't be a public document. We can talk more about that later. pdflinkcheck, analyze, help. So I'd say path, and I want to export XLSX, txt, JSON. I could have just said all, that's fine. And it'll automatically choose the engine. Oh, and then I could say, oh well, what's the problem? Oh, dash F. Cool. So that's the short version. And we can also say and it'll print the long version, I think. No, it didn't. That's okay. If you want to look at the long version, it's in your txt file. And these have a Unix timestamp so that if you keep hitting the same file, it'll still keep analyzing it. So this is probably the most useful for your use case. And then you can just go look at your XLSX file. So I would recommend pymupdf for now. But your use case, I can look at adding the URL pinging. You could look at adding the URL pinging. That's fine. We could put like a ping success, or you know, it could be a you know, response. We could add a response 200 404, whatever, like that, right? And that would probably be that would solve your use case as far as I can tell. Cool. So let's take a look at the code for how the analysis is being done. Well, there's reporting and then there's analysis. So there is your pymupdf analysis. So this says go get links, go get table of contents, and then just basic metadata. So what we really care about most is links. This immediately gets kind of messy. It just gets down in the dirt quick, right? It's not that long of a function because it's a good library. I have pageref is mine. What that does, it uses one index and zero index, and then it has a way to correct down. So from human, from index, and it converts one way or the other. And that way, it kind of it's a bit more sane. There's different instances where I was kind of sick of adding the +1 and not knowing why it was added in the code. So I use that helper to like if we say from human, yeah, it does it right here. Corrected down from human, yeah. So okay. So there's different kinds of things. So fits is another name for pymupdf. So it looks at the URIs. This is our bread and butter right here. This is what you care about. Go tours are internal, and link URIs are external. Go to is within the same documents. This is within the same document. This is local file references, but it's a file reference nonetheless to like maybe another page. And then this is web. This is what we care about. So external, that's what we care about most. So let's look for that. Yeah, cool. So with validation, here's where we would ping. You know, we're just putting status as ping, please. So we would say something like check external. Yeah, cool. And I don't think I have any place that it's set to true. Yep. It's just hard coded to false, but that's okay. So we can look at that later. So in run validation, this is where it would come back to the interface. We would put that as some control. False. And this is in the core. So we would need a way to reference that. Let's just go ahead and pass that up. Cool. So now anywhere anyone makes this reference, here. Okay, so that's the only spot it's called. So everything goes through here, so that's good. Let's see, this is called multiple places. Here's where things get kind of hairy. Why is that? Why is it doing that? Why is it here? Oh, this is a demo. This is just a demo. I could probably delete this. Cool. So this is the only, let's see. It's called here. Oh, that's in tests. Okay, let's go ahead and add that. External equals false. Let's just make it true for kicks. Let's not actually. False. But we just need to make sure this is documented everywhere. Requests dot check external. Great. All right, we're in business. And now the report request. it's defined. Cool. Great. All right, that's to make sure everything's stable. Let's make sure we know where this is run. It's run here in the CLI. We have a request being built. Check external. Case, we're going to go ahead and hard code right here. Equals false, and we can deal with it later. Nice, good. Add, whoa. But wait, here we go. We don't even have to do that. It's the CLI. Great, let's add it now. Cool. All right, so that exists. Why do we? All right, let's go all the way back. Let's go all the way back down. First, let's make sure we know everywhere where this is used and have a definition. All right, it's here. We'll go ahead and hard code that. Check external. For the GUI, we'll go ahead and hard code that. Good feel leader. That's good. Oh, here we go. Good. Check external selection. Hey, quit it. Excellent. Okay, cool. Awesome. Dude, freaking quit it. All right, great. Cool. We're in business there. We've done it in the GUI. All right, GUI handles it. The CLI handles it. We need to take out that hard coding. Excellent. Awesome. This is hard coded to false. I'm not going to write HTML right now. I could, but I won't. Okay, great. Let's go ahead and external. Yet implemented for each. All right. I want to go to the GUI and look at this, and I want to look at this, and we need to make that thing exist. Here we go. Nice. That's not good. We'll fix that in a second. It sits in export enabled. Let's just add it to tools. Nah, that's not a very good GUI option. I don't know where I'm going to put it. I'm not happy. If there's a checkbox there, that'd be cool, but I don't have any of those implemented and I can't do it quickly. Let's just see what it would look like. I'm going to hate it, but Let's do it. And it's in the wrong frame anyways. That's actually not that bad. That could be a lot worse. All right. Screw it. We're doing it. Report settings. Call West. We could call it, I'm going to call it ping. Or I'll call it config. Config. Yeah, that should work, I think. Unless I'm totally wrong. Great. Damn it. Open report files. That is column 2. So what if I make that column 3 and I make this column 2? Cool. And it kind of cuts off my stuff. I need to make this thing less the way that it is. All right, executive decision. Boom. There you go. Awesome. Now it works on the GUI. Cool. Great. That works. Now we have to go all the way down, back into this thing. Check external. Check external. Run validation. Is this what I want? I don't know if it is. Okay, yeah, this does say, all right. I don't love this because, yes, this is the run validation, but this just doesn't look like the kind of spot I want to be doing this. If URL if here we go. That's what I want. Something like that. Shoot. We'll work on it. I don't know yet. This, you know what? We'll just make it a boolean. And this should say, this should really be the response. So that should be, yeah, it should be URL. Something like that. We could just do this. Status. There. And then we have class hero. Success. Status. That's a data class, not a response class. I need this thing to be like an enum? No, it's not an enum. What is it? It's like one of these. That's an enum. I don't need to think about this too hard. Yes, you do. I need a response. My help trees. That's the problem with having a bunch of redundant link type. Oh, is this what I want? Could be. It's not the enum. Alright, let's go with the data class. And I can think about it more later. These are a string, status, int. With another one. Why is that unhappy? Oh, I see why. Hey, quit that. Alright, neat. Okay, so that should work. Maybe. How is this used? Awesome. But this is just for formatting. It's not actually calling functions. Yeah, it's not a data class, it's something else. We'll do... Because that'll make it go multiple times. We don't want that. I just need some. I need some. It's going to respond with ping response URL. And I need it to return a ping URL. Okay. Awesome. So wherever that is, let's put it in helpers for now. Or we could leave it in validate. Or we could put it somewhere new. Let's put it somewhere new. Let's see. Security. Let's call it touch src pdf link check. Here. I want to do this. That's not how that works. It's like a result, formalizes it. This will be, yeah, cool. Success. Status reason. Status 404 reason not yet implemented. Hello. Okay, cool. All right, that works. And then I haven't seen him. Let's say great. Let's see if it works. Oh, we're also not. Oh, we are putting it places. So what it should do is for all the web ones. On the We don't know why this keeps failing. Let's look at that. 3, 2, 1, actions. Test is failing. Oh. Funny. Classic. Story of my life. Yep. Bada bing. Bada boom. Super. Alright, so now good. Nice. Dang it. That word. Maybe I'm doing this wrong. It's not hitting. What do you mean, no? Thanks. Okay, it never hits this. And check external. Good. Oh, wait. I did something. Okay. Check externals coming in as false. It almost is like it doesn't hit validation. It looks like it fails inside of validation because it would have. Yep, that might have something to do with it. Awesome. We probably don't need to be generating XLSX every time. Dang it. Why not? Oh yeah, I wanted to look at that. Yeah, so it has those. Good, we're in business. Yeah. So why? Oh, should already be a string. We don't need to do that. That should already be a bool. We don't need to do that. Sign. It says there's a no whip, but let's try one more time. Looks like it made it all the way through. Huh. Dang. Why is it not? Well, let's just go look at one. URL. Let's see. Oh wait, so we've got reason. Maybe validation is not going in. It should. This is a security score. Oh. It's because we don't report validation at all. Aren't we? Oh. Application results. It's adding all those to unknown web. It looks like yeah. All right. I need to make sure this is actually all coming out to the stats that get printed because it's looking like yeah, sorry, I'll be there in 1 second. If and check external. Maybe that's the problem. URL. See if those are actually coming through. Well, they do because we see them here. And it says success is false. Oh, well, that's silly. Yeah, okay, there's your problem. We actually don't need that. We want to see it every time. Oops. Great, good job, Clayton. Actually, status should not be 200. It should be, yeah, that's all wrong. We shouldn't actually see, we shouldn't see any of that. That's not what status means. For parsing. But status is used for parsing here, so we can't have it be willy-nilly. We have to control that. And that should be an enum or something. Let's say if ping dot success. This is non-ideal. Well, we'll work on it. The status here is being used for something. 200 means something. Okay, cool. Or might be the most useful because I don't know what the response would be. Maybe that should be a response. I don't know. Not yet implemented. Let's call this response text. There. There. Alright, super. What? Oh, that would be why. Okay, success response text. Success. Great. It's still saying unknown lib. We're still not getting. Oh, I don't expect it to now. Now I expect it to show me web ping fail or web ping success. Why is that not making it in? Oh, because it's not showing any sort of validation. It doesn't actually pass that into the text. It just. Okay, so then we need to say here. This is not good code, I know that. All right. These are hard coded to be success false. So we should be seeing a whole bunch of web ping fail. But we're not. We're seeing ping URL. Yeah, so that's an actual Boolean, right? It is. Yeah, so it should be saving that text. Again, this is messy. Enum. Oh, wait. Good. Good. Hey, there it is. 52 web ping fail counts. Okay, so I can do more to add validation, but we can get there.